Good afternoon, everybody. What's going on? It's the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey, here in the REKAP studios. And I know people are feeling. There's some feelings going on right now, and as has been for a long time with the Chicago Cubs. Let me first off say, before I get to our sponsors, I was in the car on the way here, and we're up in the northern suburbs. A big accident right in front of me on 294. I was actually pretty emotional about this not too long ago before I arrived. By the grace of God, I missed this person as they went through all three lanes of traffic and slammed into the median. Be safe. You never know. Put your phones down. It's a racetrack out there. This show is not sponsored by the Illinois Tollway like our podcasts are, but it is a reminder that you got to have your head on a swivel. So thankfully, I'm okay here with the lunch hour. And it's all brought to you by Hooters, our fine partners at Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order.hooters.com. It'll be delivered straight to your office via DoorDash. You can pick it up. A lot of different ways to go. The chat is absolutely slammed. Also supporting our partners at Tasty Trade, just because Tasty Trade's really good stuff. Stocks, options, crypto. Check them out. I have an account. You should too. Really good partner of the REKAP. So what's going on with the Cubs? What's going on? We talked about this yesterday. You're concerned about their ability to win the NL Central. Forget about that. Folks, look at their record since June 1st. They've just been They've been middling. Now, I know what a lot of people have been saying to me. A lot of people have been coming at me saying, listen, Guff, the Cubs have the second best record in baseball. If I would have told you at the beginning of the season that they would have had the second best record in baseball on August 5th, you would have been like, hell yeah. And I would have been. But I don't have to like what I've seen of late. They're 8-8 since the All-Star break. They're -5 in run differential. They just seem to be kind of stuck. The offense is broken right now. Kyle Tucker's at bat in the ninth was those three fastballs blown right by him. PCA stuck in the ribs, got doubled off shortly after that. I think that was in the seventh or eighth. And they need to be perfect right now. And that's a really tall task when you're not hitting and your pitching's doing well enough, but your bullpen just isn't good enough. And it's a big reason why I think the Cubs are where they are, because right now it's not good enough. And by the way, the Milwaukee Brewers just keep winning. I don't want to hear any more about the schedule. I don't want to hear any more about the strength of schedule. The Cubs all of a sudden have found themselves 3 games back of the Brewers. 3 games back. Now, they are well within the wild card lead right now. They have the second best run differential in baseball, one of the best records in all of baseball. And we're sitting here going, well, what's going on with the Cubs? I mean, they literally have the second best record in all of baseball behind only the Milwaukee Brewers. So because of that, it feels like the sky is falling. So let's discuss. Happy pre-hump day to you, Landon. The Fugitive released 32 years ago this week. I love how Landon, man, I love his passion for the Fugitive. Lake Trout, so tired of watching Swanson try to pull every pitch, even on backdoor sliders. Doesn't anyone on the coaching staff notice this and say hit the ball to right field? His approach stinks. Lake Trout's going to love my bet of the day later in the program. Godfather, let's review. Needed 2 starters, didn't spend. Needed lockdown 8th and 9th bullpen arms, didn't spend. Needed to bolster lineup with big bat, didn't spend. Got all-star game, more revenue coming. We've said this. I mean, Godfather's been right for months, and I tried to poo-poo it, and now I let him have the floor. Godfather at the winter meetings, if we are in it at the trade deadline, we will spend the Bellinger money. Ricketts and Hoyer are liars. Becky agrees with Godfather. Everybody's a liar right now. I thought Hoyer said they were going to go all in at the deadline. Might as well bring the whole AAA team up. And that's what I'll say about the offense right now. If you feel you can get a spark from the minor leagues, I think you do it. I think you go down there, stop worrying about service time. This is about actually adding on and trying to help out some guys that are screaming, I need a break. Godfather's sick of Ricketts. Now the rest of the chat can talk. My guy, Rick in Honolulu, man, welcome. Welcome to the breakfast hour down in Hawaii. Thomas Happ looked good on the air in the 6th inning. I mean, look at everybody. Jed is one hell of a baseball genius. Becky really hate Hoyer, don't trust Hoyer. Thomas, Justin Turner sitting on the steps of the dugout in the 9th while about to lose yet another game in the standings is all I needed to see. Not sure I mean, do you want the guy pouting in the clubhouse, Hoyer? You might as well pick up Marcus Stroman. That's a bad idea, Becky. Turner got us winning hit run on Sunday. That's true. Don't trust the organization. There's a lot of disdain out there, and I get it. Hap says there's a lot of baseball left. Bullcrap. I mean, there is, to Ian Happ's point, there's a lot of baseball left. As a matter of fact, there's exactly 50 games. It's a lot. It's a lot. Phil, the real Phil Simms. 2 bad losses in the past 3 days. Definitely not a good look, Jed. Milwaukee doesn't seem to be missing Craig Counsell. Becky just coming at Hoyer left and right with jabs. Thomas, $100 million man, doesn't know where first base is. Yeah, that was bad. Dansby Swanson trying to stretch it. I admire the hustle. But how do you miss first base? It costs you a run, the tying run right there in the 7th inning. The Reds immediately go to the challenge and they get it overturned. And then the Cubs bats go silent. I don't know how I said this. This is what I said. The Cubs are doing all the little things wrong. Like sometimes little things get you the wins and sometimes they lose. And right now they're losing. And Phil thinks real management at the top could help. Why is Brazier still on this team, Becky? It's a very great question. And my only answer is because they didn't address it. They didn't address it with guys they needed to. Would you rather have Madden or Ross back? I love Joe Madden and David Ross. So had a soft spot for both of those. Counsell wasn't leaving for 2 years, Becky. He would have stayed in Milwaukee if it was only a 2-year deal. Guff, the guy that sold me my car, I bet could make more deals than Jed. Very true. Forget the division title. Starting to worry about the wild card. No way the Cubs still have a 98% chance. That's not true. Just so we're clear, right now, the third wild card in the National League is I'm here. Sorry, I'll just pull up the wild card standings. The third wild card in the National League is the Padres, who are 11 games over. The Cubs are 18 games over. They have a run differential that's 82 runs better than the Padres. I mean, you'd have to have a catastrophic collapse. And keep in mind, the Padres are still 3 games up on the Reds. So they'd have to fall all the way down to where the Reds are right now, which is 5 games over 500. Guys, I don't see that. You and I could make this team 100% better than Jed, Phil, and more moves, Becky. The real Phil Becky for co-GM. Phil, better moves. Becky, I'm still pissed that Hoyer got his extension. Thomas, looking around Wrigley in the 9th, no one could care less if the Cubs won or lost. Us as fans need to hold this team accountable. In fact, that's what we've been saying for a long time. The world's largest outdoor bar. There are people who go just for the experience, and they've created that, and I get it. The only way you could do it, guys, don't show up, cancel marquee, but then at the end of the day, I feel like the fans punish themselves. Couldn't have worse PR than giving the GM an extension, and he proceeds to do nothing at the deadline. How long has Hottovy been on the team? Hottovy goes back to the David Ross era. Tommy Hottovy has been there for quite some time. What's wrong with Tommy Hottovy, by the way? I mean, he has done a really good job, to be honest with you. He's been the pitching coach 2019. But he's gotten a lot out of little. Matthew Boyd, Colin Ray, Palencia. You got to give him credit. This team is very deflated. They had high expectations last week, and the body language looks brutal. They look like they're screaming for help to me. DFA Birdie and put Tucker on the IL. If he's hurt, bring up Moises Ballesteros. Cubs are settlers 2.0, says OD. GM extension, nothing at the deadline. Their actions speak the loudest. They want the playoffs and good enough to be relevant, but not a World Series regime. Landed. It looked pretty bleak for the Sox in September of 2005 until Grady Sizemore dropped a fly ball in the sun. Plenty of time to turn it around. Yeah. The sky was falling for the White Sox too. By the way, that team won 99 games. I mean, let's be real. My guy Breck, love you, brother. What's going on with you? Yes, I got your call. My guy Breck. Brewers won't go far. Don't know how you can really say that right now. Settlers just like AK, Mark Eversley, and the Bulls. Cubs are toast, says Thomas. Jimbo, I'm doing okay. Tell Cap if their cheap owner would have offered a little more, you could have had Hauser. Hauser got lit up last night in his first start with the Tampa Bay Rays. Chris Getz, man, that's what. But yes, he could have offered you depth, which is what they need. And then the one guy they get, Mike Soroka, not his fault. 2 innings in, is like, the shoulder hurts, and now he's on the IL. So the one guy you actually got to help your rotation, now he's on the IL, and Becky has it right. Let's go Burst. The Bulls acronym should be MEAC instead of ACME because that's what the front office is. Lake Trout, Ricketts are too busy pissing down our backs and telling us it's raining while they play Monopoly around Wrigley and cry poor that takes balls and not the good kind. Lake Trout's pissed. Ever since he's joined this chat a week or two ago, he is not coming in here holding back, and nor should he. Thomas, what's it going to take for you to have Tom, Ricketts, and Jed on the lunch hour so they can answer our questions? Oh, I'm sure they're lining up right now to do that. I hear you, Thomas. We'll get Jed back in here, though, maybe after the season. Hold them accountable. David, if these prospects were so valuable they couldn't be traded, why aren't they up helping the Cubs out of this slump? They can't be any worse than what we're seeing right now. David, I wish I had an answer for you. I just said, bring the reinforcements in. Bring the reinforcements in. I don't understand it. Landon says to Lake Trout, Cubs want boardwalk results and play like Baltic Avenue, a Monopoly reference. Cubs have a wide load of money, but they won't spend it. Billy Taylor, welcome to the chat. Just like in 2016, the Cubs went as Fowler went. The Cubs went in 2025 as Tucker goes. Great point. Somebody who's been watching the game. So do the Cubs go. If Tucker's actually hurt, they need to put him on the IL and bring up Owen Casey or Moises Ballesteros. It does seem that Kyle Tucker is trying to play through something, which you give credit to guys like that sometimes. But if he's truly hurt, then you need to give your team a break. Bring up Moises, Wiggins, and Casey. JJ, safety first. Guff, do you know that the Brewers have caught the Cubs in run differential, plus 115 to plus 111? Dude, the Brewers are playing on a different level right now. The Brewers are playing on a different level. Happy Tuesday, Kyle. Tough loss last night. When things aren't going your way, it's like all you have is bad luck. I thank God for the good luck that I had on the way here this morning, because I'm still... the car accident that happened in front of me, I'm still going through it. Tigers and Yankees are in a slump. The difference with the Tigers is they're comfortably ahead in first place. Although the Guardians are coming, but they're 8 games back. The Yankees, you want to talk about in trouble. It's time to dig out of the old Joe Madden shirt and try not to suck. 100%. Kyle, hope they find their offense soon. Can't imagine what Toronto will do if this continues. Rob, don't think the Cubs will fall enough to not make the postseason, but don't see them winning the division. Soroka out after 2 innings. Thanks, front office. Shit like this is why I'm not. Sorry. I got all wrapped up in another comment in the chat. Ricketts never intended to do anything this year but stay under the luxury tax. There was no way they would go over the luxury tax 2 years in a row. That's disappointing. Godfather knows it, and he's been calling for it since April. Cub fans waking up and start hitting Ricketts in the pocketbook. He isn't going to spend anyway. Kyle, at some point, Milwaukee has to come back down to earth. Why? There's no shot this can continue for the rest of the year. Why? Somebody needs to be Steele and say, wake the F up from last year. Remember that PSA commercial when we were young? This is your brain. This is your brain on the Cubs. Any question? My brain is fried. Wow. The drug campaign commercial. Well done, Jay. Good reference. Oh, geez. I'm glad. Appreciate that, Jess. A little shaken up, but good. Start, bench, cut college football shows. Starting College Game Day forever and always. They're the OG. They're the OG, and everybody else follows. I'm fine with a Ross Geller tone. Al, hitting is contagious, and the Cubs obviously slumping, but defense and pitching win championships. Go Sox. I don't know. Al, I will say, I just looked up all the offensive numbers. The White Sox are near the top of Major League Baseball since the All-Star break in like literally every category. And I didn't even know this. The White Sox have struck out the fewest times in all of baseball since the All-Star break. So offense does matter. Offense can matter. Offense mattered through the month of May, and now the Cubs are 5 games over since June 1st. 5. Better than being 5 games under, but 5 games over. Good afternoon, Phil. Cap has every reason to go off last night. I'm not blaming him at all. Everybody should be pissed. No need to rush. Thank goodness you're. Yeah, appreciate you, Kyle. Phil, appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you, my friend. David, prayers for all those. Yeah, it was not an ugly sight, or not a pretty sight, I mean. College Game Day, Bench SEC Network, big noon kickoff. All right, I'm with you. As long as College Game Day gets the start, I'm fine with that, too. It seems like he's playing hurt. It's not – Soroka may go down as a bad pickup because if he's hurt, he's hurt. I don't think it was a terrible pickup. He just shouldn't have been the pickup. He shouldn't have been the pickup. Glad you're okay. Appreciate you, Sways. I think the Cubs were expecting reinforcements and have become demoralized. When they do – when it doesn't look good. I know it feels exhausting when they win. It's like, oh, God, we hung on. I'm with you. Cohort, positive vibes for you. My wife and I get to find out if we're pregnant. That is amazing, dude. Cohort prop, dude. Seriously, man. I still remember the 2 times. Well, actually, more than that, but I remember that day, and it's extremely emotional. And I think about it right now a lot with some stuff we're going through, and positive vibes to you, man. I hope you are pregnant, and I hope you enjoy all of the emotions that come with it, because it's literally an incredible gift. It's an incredible, incredible gift, as is the Hooters drink of the month, which I said you better be careful with the drink of the month, the Long Leg Long Island iced tea. That thing is loaded. So take a page out of my guy Jay True's book. Get yourself an Uber. Get yourself a Lyft. $8 all month long. This month at Hooters, the summer meal deals, of course, are there for $9.99 or less. The boneless wings, the OG wings, the burger, the $14.99 crab legs. Yeah, they're still there all month, this month of August. Fantasy football draft parties are at Hooters. Call Hooters for the ultimate draft day vibes. At Hooters, you always get the best pick with great food, cold drinks, the iconic Hooters girls. Rather draft from home, pick up the wings on the fly. Order now at originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations. Order.hooters.com. Also a great option to have it delivered straight to your door. Speaking of fantasy football, I'll have how you can play me and Cap with the chance to win $10,000. And by the way, I just invite you to come in and kick Cap's ass. I saw him yesterday to come play me. I was like, oh, dude, did you forget about me? We are going to collectively run laps around Cap, okay? We're going to run laps around Cap in fantasy football. Phil, looks like you guys are pressing. Thanks, Jed Carter or Tommy Pennies. Jay, good afternoon. Which White Sox rookies impress you the most? I mean, it's certainly hard not to fall in love with what Colson Montgomery's been doing as of late. 7 bombs, 23 RBI in 25 games. Could you imagine? Could you see a scenario where he actually leads the team in home runs? I really love it. I like the leadership Chase Mydroth has shown. There's a lot to like with what's going on with this young White Sox team. Pablo, I'm feeling all the Cub fans worry from over 4,000 kilometers away. Really hope all of them calm down soon because you're ruining my vacation. Pablo down in Colombia, tuning in to the Lunch Hour Lip. Appreciate you, brother. Same to you, Jess. Look at the positive vibes to Cohort. Absolutely. Godfather, you tell it like it is, dude. First post calls for a Provasic. Shout out Hawaii. Honestly, do not think Milwaukee will keep it up. I think eventually the Cubs will get out of their slumber. Will it be soon enough? I think the Cubs do too. But you can't write off what the Brewers are doing, folks. They're not going anywhere. I think they're easily a postseason team at this point. Both of them are going. But the Cubs, at this point, get in the postseason. But certainly turn around this vibe. You got plenty of time. It's 50 games. We're still at the beginning of August. Swayze, $700 million is no longer on the table. He's talking about Tucker. In fact, $300 million shouldn't be on the table. Dude looks average at best in big moments. I know we're emotional right now about that, but I think he's a $300 to $400 million for sure. Preach, Godfather, definitely telling the truth, Jim. Thank goodness the Cubs won Sunday. Might be on. Yeah, it's a little too soon right there, Jim. Might be just. I know there's a lot. I know we're joking about that. But yeah, the Brewers are going to win this division. It certainly right now, today, feels like that. I would say if you want to keep an eye, and I've been keeping an eye on the division. I've been keeping an eye on the division standings and like the odds to win the division and stuff. So division winners, the Cubs were the favorites as soon as yesterday. Now the Brewers have flopped. The Cubs are at plus 120. That's it. Milwaukee lost their rookie phenom starter, and Churio still winning. They have a good thing going. Cubs should have traded Tecker at the deadline if they're not going to go all in. I can't buy into that. I hear where you're going there. I don't think I can subscribe. Cubs needed help and a shot of fresh energy. Ricketts gave them neither. Shaking my head. Moved on to football now. Hoping the Bears don't provide this level of disappointment. I know the Steelers will. Glenn Robinson. What's up, man? The big dog? The OG big dog? At some point, the Cubs will break out of this. Hope it's sooner than later. The dead, if Tucker is injured, Book said his fingers dinged up on the broadcast. Put him on the 10-day IL. Bring up Owen Casey. Sit Suzuki for a couple of days. I mean, your bench sucks. You don't have a lot of reinforcement. I think if you sit one down, you can't sit more than one down at a time. You need the production of those guys at some point. Mike, I challenge you to match our anger at Jed Hoyer and rip him hard. On top of the inaction, actually trading his precious prospects for a fringe starting pitcher with red flags the past months is inexcusable. I said that. On the trade deadline show, I said it. I don't know what they're doing. You can't say you're going all in and then roll out a couple of mid-tier relievers in Mike Soroka and Willie Castro. Willie Castro's a nice pickup. He shouldn't be the pickup, though. And that's the problem. I am pissed at them. I'm pissed at them because this city deserves better. You're the Chicago friggin' Cubs. I don't get it. Don't think Tuck has been playing through an injury during a contract year when you're negotiating a $500 million contract. You would go on the IL immediately. Dude's just not playing well. Eli from Jerusalem. Do you think Ishbia will spend in 2026? Would they trade Baldwin and Romas for an outfielder? Ishbia's not the owner right now, my man. He's a minority owner. Nothing will change in ownership until at least 2029. I don't know what you're getting for Baldwin and Rojas, to be honest with you. I don't think you're getting much. So dislike Hap, always have, says Glenn. I mentioned an injury because Boog had to mention it during the Orioles game on Saturday. They may follow below the Reds. They're not falling below the Reds. If you really listen to Hoyer, the Cubs did see this season as a World Series winning year. They just wanted to make the playoffs, which they should. Cub fans, the season's not over yet also. Clyde's going to say I ignore him. He's off work today. Counsell needs to put a foot in the butt of the hitting coaches. Some kind of spark somewhere. We shouldn't be the only ones yelling. Terry, settling at the deadline would have been 2 rental starters plus Castro and a power pen arm. We sub-settled. Fair. That's all Wrigley is for Instagram pics. Some people. Bring back Madden, says Anthony Baez. Dead. You and I could be better than Hoyer. Kyle, dead money is all Chicago owners care about. It's tough to debate that right now. Tough to debate that, which is why we're begging you to join the Renegade Fantasy Football League. Download the app today. Download the app today, and you could join the REKAP League and go head-to-head with Cap and I. Aren't you tired of your top players getting injured or not performing well? Lucky for you, the REKAP League teamed up with Renegade Fantasy, the only fantasy football app where you can sub in a player real time. That's right, folks. Your quarterback goes down with an injury. Your running back has 8 carries for 6 yards at halftime. You could swap them out in the Renegade Fantasy app. It's the first time there's actual fantasy football options for you to do that. It's Renegade Fantasy. This means no more stress, no more points lost to injuries or poor performance with the Renegade Fantasy app. You can step down from the luxury box, become a real-time coach. Join the REKAP League today on the Renegade Fantasy app. Download the fantasy app. Go to recap.renegadefantasy.com for more information. Join the league. It should say go to Public League, click REKAP, and there you go. You'll see me and Cap in there. I'm not kidding, folks. You really do have a chance to win $10,000 if you join the REKAP League on Renegade Fantasy. And we're going to be talking football a lot coming up soon because if the Cubs are in and out, Kyle, like he said, is it Sunday yet? Looking forward to watching the Bears because the Bears do play on this Sunday. Simple thought, invest in your team. Your return on investment is large. Ricketts does not do this. Meanwhile, they're blowing over $1 billion to turn their neighborhood into mini Boston. Why bring them up to be in the bench? Counsell needs to go. He's not getting fired. But if they miss the playoffs, somebody needs to go. I do not know how the Brewers are playing to this level. It doesn't make sense. Strong organization, folks. Strong belief top to bottom. Know who you are and then go out and represent who you are. Kyle, just give me the owners that care more about winning than lining their pockets. No reason we can't be the Yanks, Mets, Phillies, etc. What's up, video game lover? David, the Cubs are not hitting right now. They will break out at some point. The bigger concern is the pitching. Nate was fully on board the Kyle Tucker train a month ago, but last night the man looked like he didn't even care to get a hit. I know that people feel like you don't like body language or you don't care. They care. It's just not working right now. Joe, what do you think Getz asked for in their talks for Hauser that the Cubs turned down per a report earlier? Good question. They didn't ask for Owen Casey. There's no way. There is that Cubs tax, but I like the player of the White Sox. Like, they got a good flyer. I mean, there was a lot of expectation on him, on Meade, going back to spring training. So maybe he gets it figured out here with the White Sox. Wayne, why does the press only cover the negative at Bears camp? Amen. Caleb hit 4 or 5 on the second attempt at a passing drill, yet the press dwelled on his missed attempts. I could not agree more. I am so sick of hearing about Caleb Williams had a tough day. My ass. Where is when he's 11 of 13? I saw today Ben Johnson was raving about Tyson Bagent. It's like feeding us like Bagent versus Caleb. Caleb is the quarterback. That's why I'm ready to see game film. Show me game film over practice tape right now, because I'm so sick of hearing about, another tough day for the offense. This is when it's supposed to be tough. It was tough when I played in high school and college. Training camp, you get beat up a little bit. You get your pride hurt. Then you start playing other teams. Sox have hope from the Pope and Ishbia. Maybe the Pope needs to stay a White Sox fan. He is. I'm fine. Becky, you stay off our Pope. Appreciate you, Godfather. No doubt about it, man. It's insane. Cubs need to get it together after that dramatic loss against Cincinnati. Jay True, the Hooters drink of the month is nothing to mess with. I took a lift to a lift. Yep, I said it. The $8 long-legged iced tea, Long Island iced tea. Whew. Look out. We were talking about Long Island iced teas this weekend with some friends. Landon, a car knocked me down 4 years ago, broke my ankle because the driver was distracted by her daughter in the back seat. Thank goodness, no doubt. Yeah, this is our daily messaging screener part of the show. Like, take care of yourselves, folks. When we wake up in the morning, that's a blessing. Charlie Morton could have been there for the Bears. Sorry you're not as happy as you deserve to be. You're a shot of energy for so many of us every day. Thank you. Hope you feel better soon. Love you, my friend. I'm happy, but when people hurt, I hurt. I'll say that, Pablo. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I appreciate it. You guys understand that you always tell me thank you for the energy and stuff, but I feed it back from what I'm getting from you. So you guys keep giving me that energy here, and I'll keep on keeping on. This show continues to grow. You see the chat. More and more people are part of this program. We're going to have a blast as we get into football season. We're going to have a blast, but there are going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be bumps in the road. You can have bad days. You can have bad days. Sometimes you need to ask for help. Sometimes you need to rely on other people to get you up. Renegade app is asking for a code to get into your league. Can I have it? There's a code. Should be just go to I will get this information for you, Swayze. If you have trouble getting in, you should be able to go join a public league and then search for REKAP. It should be there. If you're having issues, continue to tell me. I'm looking for you if you followed up with another. I don't see Bearman. At this point, should we call up Brandon Birdsell or Jack Neely for pitching reinforcement? I think everything should be on the table. After the trade deadline, the Cubs kept all their top 30 prospects. Is the farm really valuable? Not if you're not using it. Showed better hope the wind is not blowing out because the Reds have a top 10 fly ball rate. Yes, he does. Lake, they need a goofball in the clubhouse. They're playing tight right now. Someone has to do something to loosen them up. Agreed. We said that I've been saying that. I said that for a long time, Becky. Tom, Brewers are cooling off. They only had 3 hits last night, and they still found a way to go. Still found a way to get it done. Jess, we'll have to celebrate our 1-year lunch hour anniversary. Gives us all something positive to look forward to. I believe Pablo, going back to October, said October 21st was the 1-year anniversary. We'll have a big party that day. Had no problem with the league. Al's in the league. Okay. So thank you for that, Al. Sounds like maybe, I don't know. Recap.renegadefantasy.com or download the app. Public League REKAP. And if, by the way, if it fills up, that's okay. We're going to have spill off. Like, it's going to continue. We'll have more than 12 teams. Savali Vaughn has been a win-win for both players and both teams so far. Probably more for the Brewers because I thought the White Sox were going to trade Aaron Savali. And quite frankly, I thought they should have. Man, it feels good to put these back on. Not so much when it comes at the expense of the Milwaukee Brewers winning last night. So those of you who hate Dansby, you're going to love this bet of the day, which, by the way, like, I'm putting myself out there on a bet when it's a plus 225. And then I have a bonus bet. Dansby went deep last night. He does have a home run. Zach Lytle making his debut for the Reds, coming over from the Tampa Bay Rays, 8-8 with a 3.58. 1.12 whip. He's actually been pretty good. Do you know where he's not pretty good? He's given up the most home runs in the majors. The most home runs. He's actually given up more. I was like, oh, it's got to be a lefty thing. His OPS splits are pretty equal. So righties have more home runs. 14 of the 26 homers he's given up are from righties. Dansby's had his number in the past with a couple of hits. He's gone long. He has 3 RBIs. I'm going Dansby, regardless of the type. Hey, we're all pissed that he missed first base. So now he's got to make up for it. 1 RBI, 220 plus 225. Bonus bet, 6-1 to go yard off a guy that he's gone yard off a guy that leads the majors in home runs allowed. So while the Reds do have a fly ball rate that's top 10, the Cubs are going against the pitcher that's given up the most home runs in all of baseball. Landon. Sox on pace for 60 wins. BA and I are taping a podcast this afternoon, and he's jacked up about what they're on pace for because he said 63 and 99, and it's actually doable. Dansby hit a grand slam tonight to put the Cubs up huge. That makes up for your foot miss. And we all cash. 6-1, man. 10 wins you 60. If Steele was healthy and pitching, he'd help this clubhouse. You can only rely, Becky, on the guys you got. That's all you can do. You rely on the guys you got. And I hope that we're not here tomorrow. First, I hope we are here tomorrow. Okay. I hope we're here tomorrow. A. B. Tatis Jr. home run plus 375. Lip, that feels like a nice juicy parlay, doesn't it? Let's put that in the books here and see what happens. What the payout is. If you go, let's go home runs, Dansby Svensson. I want to put that parlay together just to see what it looks like. Dansby Swanson, and you want Tatis Jr. Okay. Tatis Jr. at plus 375 as the comments continue to come in. As we have wrapped this show up, Tatis, that parlay pays $32.60. Let's go into it. I think Swanson's going to have a good game too. Have I heard the roster moves yet? I have not, Coert. I have not. Sit PCA again. We'll see. I'm concerned about the ribs. David, appreciate you, man. I have to go too. That's the bet of the day. Swanson to get an RBI. Bonus bet. Hit a home run. 6-1. Just dance on it. Tasty Trade, proud partner of the recap. Hooters, proud partner of this program right here. This fine program that all of you give so much to every single day. Take a deep breath. I need to remind myself to do that multiple times a day these days. All right. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. The weather is beautiful. Love your family. Love each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's get the Cubs turned around, folks. We need it. Everyone needs to take a deep breath on the Chicago Cubs. By the way, I've been realizing, I looked at the bet of the day. It's no longer July. So if anybody wants to help me out by keeping tabs on August, I'll fix that for tomorrow. That's where my head's at these days. It's the Recap Lunch Hour. It's brought to you by Hooters. Original Hooters.com. Check out their original lunch specials every day, $9.99 or less. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll see you tomorrow on the Recap Lunch Hour. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day. We'll have recaps throughout the day. Take